life. Some mothers could not work from home and they still had to go out into the workforce and be in front of the public. And so there's another then set of anxiety or set of responsibilities, both that come with that, and having this kind of lingering fear or anxiety about whether you're going to bring something home to your children. And then we roll through, we're rolling through the pandemic. And just when we start getting used to this new pandemic life, then we find ourselves, Black mothers especially, we find ourselves in this racial crisis that truly has been mounting since Trayvon Martin was murdered back in 2011 or 2012, I believe it was. And we're just every year, it seems like more and more and more stories, more names who become hashtags. But my point is the tension and anxiety that brings to us, that we're expected to just continue to power through every single day, being a mom, being a worker, being a wife or spouse, be all of those roles, not to mention the microaggressions that we receive from work, and not just at work, because that's not the only place people, like to microaggress against Black women. We get it at home. We get it in the grocery store. We get it when we pick our children up from daycares, if we take them to the pool, inside of our own homes. I just saw a video a few days ago of a white woman who walked up to the door and rang the doorbell of a Black woman to tell her that she was the wrong color for the neighborhood, and proceeded to have an angry yelling match with her. And I'm just like, this Black lady was in her house, minding her business, doing whatever it was she was doing. So, right. And then there's just this expectation that we should be okay. So let's focus on some tips. It is Maternal Mental Health Awareness Month. I want to give you all some ways that we can start being intentional and proactive about our mental health. And so, we talk self-care. We talk self-care a lot. We talk self-care. And when we talk self-care, a lot of times that sounds like meditation and, going for massages and spa days or girlfriend days, or even just me time days at home. But I would like to share tips that we can start to incorporate into our daily, everyday lives, that if we're that intentional about these things, we'll see small improvements, and it will help us deal a little bit better with all of these systemic nonsense that plays out in our lives day to day. But we have to be good for ourselves so that we can be good for our children, so that they can in turn be good individuals to the people who are around them as they grow. And so these are Anya's quick tips for maternal mental health that I want you to learn right now in May, but my goal is that you will take these forward for the rest of your life, daily, day to day. So first is therapy and or support groups. We have to get past the stigma. We have to get past the fear. And we also we don't want to wait until the problem arises. And we don't want to wait until the problem is we're all the way sunk into the problem, right? Start thinking about therapy the way that we go for our pap smears yearly, the way that we do our mammograms yearly, right? Start thinking of that as a preventative measure to help keep us in check with ourselves, right? On a good basis. And then those big things will already be there, and they probably won't turn into such big things. The other things that are very important, building your village. It's so important to maintain a village. I also realize that therapy costs money. It usually requires some form of insurance. So I want you to think about wellness apps. There are wellness apps out there that give you different ways, use different modalities to help you take care of yourself. Some meditation, some are sound healing, some are journaling. They do those daily check-ins. Exercise is an oldie but goodie. Doing exercise. And I don't mean that you should pick up, go to some hardcore boot camp. I mean, take a walk for 10 minutes a day. Or jump rope with the kids in the backyard, right? Just a little something to get you moving, to break a sweat, get those endorphins up so that it brings your mood up. You will feel better, even if it's a little bit. Being in the sun gives us almost those same endorphins, right? And certainly enhances our mood. Go outside and have fun and schedule your fun. I recently spoke on an IG Live and I said, it took a long time for me to remember what I like to do for fun. So think about the things that you like to do for fun. But again, my point is being intentional, being proactive, being preventative, and seeing your mental health as the same way that you take care of your cervical health, as the same way you take care of your breast health, as the same way you go to your primary physician every year for a general checkup. Do the same thing for your mental health. So that is the end of today's segment. If you liked what you heard, please join the conversation over on Instagram at Doin_Motherhood_podcast. I want to know what you think about this. And also give us a like, listen, subscribe, follow, share, leave a comment, give us a rating. We are looking forward to continuing these conversations with you. And join us next time.